Hello and welcome to the fourth White Paper Podcast. We still talk about whatever the fuck we want to. Today's podcast will be enhanced by Modelo La Negra. It's a solid go-to. Can't go wrong with it. Oh, it's just so damn good. All right. Kick off the topics of the day is going to be the hot topic. And the hot topic seems to be sexual harassment because it's so wrong, it's right. I mean, if you're at work, definitely gotta suck. But I think the good sexual harassment that we all seem to forget about, or at least when I was growing up as a kid, you cannot tell me. Someone showed me a video the other day, and it was Demi Moore at looked like some bar, some family event. And she just walks up to this 15-year-old and just locks lips with him. Now, if you're the 15-year-old, and you can look back on that thought and be like, unless you're, not into women, that's okay. But if you're fucking into women, you're a young kid, and like a gorgeous woman comes up and kisses you, come on, son. You're angry at that. You mean America is angry with that. Go fuck yourself. Eat a dick. Now, there are double standards, though. If if it was like a 15-year-old daughter, and then a man comes up and lip locks your daughter, you're fucking throwing down. That shit doesn't fly. Hence, double standards. But in a male world, how the fuck are you rooting against that? I mean, I don't get it, And then the teachers, what the fuck, man? Oh my God, have you seen these teachers in the news that are banging out their students? I guess they never got over the boy band phase and they're like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna let this thing ride. Let's fuck. Could you imagine being that kid in school? You always had a teacher, you're like, oh, I'd love to fuck that teacher. That's crazy. But now, once again, everyone wants to be the same. No difference between women and men. Equal rights and all that bullshit. But if your teacher's hot as fuck and you somehow were lucky enough to fuck your teacher, get out of town. Get the fuck out of town. Maybe they need a new counselor course on banging out your hot teacher if you're a dude. As long as you're not, it's kind of like, I think if I was in high school, I'd view it like a roller coaster ride. It's definitely something you want to do again. It's big fun. You're not going to marry it, and you're not going to get it pregnant. But fuck, is it a good time? That's fucking your hot teacher. Oh my God. Van Halen made a song, Hot for Teacher. Teacher's fucking hot. Get over it. Oh my, unless it's just a cash payout option for the family. Maybe the mom's like, give me money. But other than that, dude, if you're that fucking kid, you're like, oh yeah, Veronica, yeah, that civ teacher, hot as fuck. I mean, get over it. How do you ruin that? By the way, who knows? Oh, that, my friends, is shiny. Now, the other forms of sexual harassment, probably not the best. If you've ever been groped or grabbed by someone who's just not attractive, doesn't work. But if they were attractive, I think it's kind of a weird gimme, It's like Tom Brady dick moves. If you're fucking Tom Brady and you go up to 99% of the women out there, you're probably gonna get away with fucking murder. You could be like, oh, I'm sorry, just your tits were out of whack, just needed to realign them. And they'd be like, thank you, Tom Brady. Fucking Tom Brady, man. But if you're Joe Schmo, you're getting fucking slammed, man. And as it should be. I think there's a fine line between the pussification of America and also what's right and what's wrong. So yeah, sexual harassment, right? Nah, it's fucking wrong. But it is fucking funny. And god damn, is it funny. Perfect example. True story. At work, years and years ago. Now I'm definitely out of high school, maybe college, younger years. And I'm working. This lady's bending over, and this work is relaxed as fuck. I mean, you almost say whatever you want. So the lady's bending over, and she looks back at my manager at the time. She's like, "Stop staring at my ass." She's like, "That's sexual harassment." And my boss at the time looks at her and goes, "No, no, make no mistake." Then he grabs her ass, and he goes, "That's sexual harassment." And that was some funny shit, but I was like, "Oh my God, this is how it goes?" So I guess it's super fine line between like old school, go fuck yourself, it's just a joke, no harm, no foul, between like, creepy dude jacking off in front of you and letting that slide. So what can you say, man? I guess you can't, like, to say all forms of sexual harassment are bad is a little bit fucked up. I could say most of it, yes, but there's a fine line there where like you're like, oh, that would be awesome, You're just like, God, why didn't that happen to me? I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion. Right, wrong, probably more wrong than right. But to say all of it's wrong, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're fucking 16. You got some 25-year-old smoking hot fucking teacher, and somehow she's like, let's fuck. I mean, you're get out of fucking town, folks. That's good times. So, I don't know. It's good that it's all coming out, though. I think that'll, Hollywood, that little casting couch. I mean, what the fuck, man? That's been around forever, right? Casting couch. It's dirty. It's fucking wrong. Some shameful shit goes on there. And, just like I always said, though, I mean, if there is something that's wrong, it's horrible, this right here, shed light on it. Put a fucking video on it. The word gets out and, people will judge you for whatever it is. But, yeah. But, yeah, so kind of funny recap on sexual harassment. Definitely not right, but I could see a point in my life where I was just like, huh? Yeah, and definitely double standards, but yeah. I think there's a point in every like horny kid's life where he was like, if a fucking drop dead gorgeous woman was like, let's do this, you're like, is this real? Is this a movie? Is this fucking fantasy? Get out of town. So at that point, it could be considered sexual harassment or ultra fucking aggressive hottie hitting on you. Yeah, either way you want to look at it. But I would not, as the saying goes, if you got a fucking killer car, you can't afford it, but someone gives it to you, you're not kicking it out of the driveway, man. You're definitely driving that and having fun. So, yeah, let's move on to entertainment. God, entertainment's a tough one. You kind of go through all the shit. I would have to say video games seems to be like something that's kind of entertaining. Like I, got a present from my kid, and it was a video game, and I told him, whenever he comes back from college, that's what he wanted, whatever. So I got it for him. So I'm like, well, fuck, I might as well play this thing, see what it's like. Fucking not bad, man. Story mode, graphics are crazy. Shit's come a long fucking way since, Pac-Man and Galaga, Dig Dug, fucking chew games. But, yeah, fucking bananas. And I think next is, they're getting it into like, they're doing the VR headsets. That's going to come along. It's only a matter of time probably where they have, a three-dimensional world. We're just going to pop that fucking headset on. And it's going to be like, sensors you just set up, in some type of ring thing where it could, read whatever, like, hands, arms, legs, and all that shit. And then you just play the game within like a certain parameter. I wouldn't be surprised if, because look, when they make video games, they dress up those people in those bulb outfits, and then they record all their motions and put them into a kind of like a digital type playing field. But I could see like a dumbed down version of that you put on, And then you have your sensors around your house. You put on your fucking three-dimensional shit. And then you're in the fucking game. And that would be pretty sick. I think that's the next wave of stuff is that. You know, I had a buddy of mine who was like an NYU director, and he always said, fucking stay away from, you know, this is back when like the screens used to curve, you know, and then you would get like a dimension from this eye, dimension from this eye, and sometimes it was hard to keep it all together. So you'd find yourself looking at this side of the screen, this side of the screen, you know, if you went to that movie theater. And then they had like the half domes where it would go up and it would go up over your head, and then you almost find yourself looking up and left and right. And what they found was that the sensory, you know, of the human mind, it would fuck with you. If you weren't used to that, people would get dizzy, or, you know, it would kind of trick them into like, you know, they would play like the roller coaster ride, or they'd play like, you know, a baby in a baby carriage just going through all this shit. And you would see people in that like dome type theater like leaning and, you know, going through these motions just from visual. You know, if you close your eyes or just look down, you're just standing, nothing's moving, just the screen. So they thought that it was a sensory overload. So you didn't really like fuck with people like that because you didn't want them throwing up or going into like seizures and shit. But I think that's the future of gaming, and eventually I think TV's gonna be fucking similar to that. You know, they're rolling it out right now where it's, you know, flatter, skinnier. I wouldn't be surprised if pretty soon your TV is gonna be like, you know, just like something that, like a thin screen that you just put over the wall or curve up the wall, you know, when they start getting more and more fancy. So fucking entertainment, probably video shit, man. Video shit is fucking crazy. And that shit's making it into the porn world, which is even more crazy. Because they got the cameras that have like the three-dimensional shit, which I think is comical. Because I think if you were looking at that, I would look behind and like see the cameras and the dude's like, yeah, man. just to see how fucking crazy it is. But I think, yeah, the whole three-dimensional shit, and I think it's just going to progress and progress and progress. So entertainment-wise, technology, it's the motherfucker. Oh, right. What else? Sexy thoughts. Oh, it's hard to come up with new sexy thoughts, folks. You think it'd be easy, but once you cover the basics, it's just little nuances here and there. So that's why we're coming up with, I was on a website the other day, and it's a website out of China. So you get super cheap prices. You know, if you try to find some one-off gig, or you know, I think Amazon deals with them, and I see a lot of other companies that sell their shit. So I'm sure it's like it's a network of just cheap shit. They make the money off the shipping. So if you buy like a customized three-dimensional shirt, which looks badass, you know, you can't find the shirt here, so you buy it over there. So you buy the shirt incredibly cheap. Maybe get it for like you know, $10 or something like that. And then where they get you is they get you on the shipping. So the shipping could be like $5-6. So it ends up costing, you know, money like that. Sometimes you can buy like full leather jackets for like $30-40. You just think like third world labor, and here you go. They're all independent companies. So when you order from any one of them, they fuck you on shipping, and that's where they make money on the back end. But granted, it is international shipping. So if you ever tried to ship a gift to someone who lives overseas, and you try to go, you know, Amazon doesn't ship overseas. A lot of places don't ship overseas. So you use a place like that and they'll ship anywhere. But that's not the sexy thought. The sexy thought is if you type in a different search engine or anything crazy just for the fuck of it, there's an explosion of Chinese sex toys. And that's where you're like, whoa, you think of it, it's on the fucking site. And it's bananas. So if you're into like kinky whatever, it's fucking there. You want to strap in your girlfriend for like fucking $12 with like a blindfold and straps, it's on the site. You want to fucking lube up an entire room, you could probably do that on the site too. Crazy shit. But then I started thinking, is that really a sexy thought? It could be a sexy thought. You know, you never know, man. This shit's out there. I guess once you've gone through all the motions, do you really take that next step? Like, what's the next kinky step? So, like when I don't know too many people that are into pain. Probably not my game, man. I know there's some folks out there that are like, hey, cut me, fucking pinch me till I'm purple, fucking, light me on fire a little bit. Fuck that shit, man. But there's shit out there for everything. But I think you can find like a happy medium in between. We can get a little bit kinky, a little rough. And, and through the aid of Chinese sex toys, you can make all that a reality. And that's a sexy thought. So that's probably how I'm winding up this short podcast on sexy thoughts. So quick recap, sexual harassment, fucking horrible. Unless you're a young kid and your hot teacher's hitting on you, which I think is fucking fantastic. Or at least, let me just say this. If I was of that age and a drop-dead gorgeous woman was hitting on me, I would be in fucking heaven. Can't speak for anyone else, but personally, thank you God would be my fucking approach to that sexual harassment. The rest of it, kind of creepy, pretty shady, pretty shitty. Entertainment, man, it's just getting better and better. Graphics are getting better in the movies and the video games. Fucking blowing up. So, I don't know, experiment. And if you want to use fucking Chinese sex toys, God bless you. Get on the website, they're everywhere. I think it was like Wish or some shit like that. You look that up. Knock yourself out. Pinch yourself till you're purple. But anyway, that's the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it.